Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and get the newest version earlier, you can go to Patreon, $3 a month, for this and other games. So, on the last Let's Play, we went into the mines looking for the golds, and we went down a bit of a cliff rope thing. Nikolai's at the top, so it's just me and the tiger. Couldn't find any of the gold coins, but as we decided to leave, something's got this guy scared. And he doesn't look like a guy that would be easily scared, because he's knowledgeable and big. We're gonna have to find out what it is. Gas, maybe? Other people? Collapse? A monster? Who knows? But we will in a bit. Maybe. Same face, and begin. I think this is the first time he's looked scared. We have to go. Now. The journey upwards is harder than the descent. I will lead. The tiger presses body to the north wall and sticks to it, shimming up the side of it. He raises his hands, grunts, and hoists himself upward, disappearing into the ceiling. I fall as best I can, but not as quick. When I'm in the space Yao was, I feel clusters of rocks that are easy to grasp. But a horrible feeling overcomes me. Something moved out of the corner of my eye near the grand entrance. There's a clicking sound. I haul myself upward, my legs dangling in the air, before I climb higher, reaching the platform. I hear the deeper sounds of breathing below me. Then, loud, sudden sniffs. Above me, Yao's tail just barely disappears up the next gap. He's going much faster than I've seen him go before. I don't want to address it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to leave. I walk as quickly and quietly as I can to the second platform, grimacing when I remember that you have to squeeze through the space. I hoist myself up and get into a supine position, squirming back and forth as the rock touches both my back and chest. The noises behind me aren't getting any louder, but they aren't getting any quieter either. I cover my mouth to gasp when I'm finally free of the rocks, but I don't dare look back. I get on my feet as quickly as possible. Now, it's about 3/4 of the way up the rope already when I get to the base of it. Wait until I'm at the top. It might not be able to support both of us at the same time. I nod, hoping he can see me, and grip the rope for comfort. I do not hear anything behind me, but I don't dare look back. Was it ignoring us when we were together? Was it waiting for me to be alone? Or did it just take a while to pick up my scent? If it were looking at me through the slit in the rock, and that's a big if, it would only be able to see my ankles. Once I start climbing, I'll feel a lot safer. Once I start climbing. I just have to wait for him to reach the top. He's almost there now. But I hear clicking again. Then slithering. Then breathing. It's not too close, but it's not very far either. Whatever it is, it can climb. He doesn't have to call my name when I see him disappear over the ledge. I lift myself, climbing as quickly as I ever have in my life. Arm over arm, muscles straining, hands stinging, I get close to the top. My whole body is spinning with the rope as I ascend. I can't hear the noises anymore, but I can't ignore the possibility that something slithered out of that gap. Whatever's down there, if it's down there, could tug on the rope and make it snap, pulling me down with it. I'm not safe until I reach the top. Not till I'm on that platform. When I finally get there, I see Nick on the other end of the rope, keeping me steady while Yao takes a breather. I pull myself onto the rock, let out a raspy gasp, and breathe on all fours, feeling the sweat drip to the stone below me. Something big crouches over me. It's Nick, offering his paw. No luck? I pull Nick into a tight hug, burying my snout in his neck, squeezing my eyes shut. This time, I don't smell the mine. It's just him. All him. No luck. I pull apart, remembering the tiger's presence again. I can't read his expression as he watches us, arms crossed, leaning against the wall. But he was quick, and followed my instructions. You really know how to pick him, Nick. Again, Yao. This is about helping my friend. Sometimes the emotions that they pick on these guys, it's like, what's up with him getting it all into the fisticuffs angry position? Not about gauging his talents. Unfortunately, this did not help him at all. No, it didn't. But I know something that will. Joining the communist revolution, friend. Or comrade. There's a reason I knew Jack was lying to me. That reason is that I know where the real gold is. What? I was about to ask what, but then main character's like, what? And you withheld that? Nick grabs the tiger's collar and pushes the badger off. But he pushes the badger off. Of course I did. But the gold is not mine unless I can extract it and move it without discovery. And for that, I'm gonna need help. Or else, it might as well be hand-delivered to Mr. Hendricks, or one of his line foremen. Oh yeah, I guess that could be a thing where like, hey, if when these miners say, hey, I found the gold, a foreman can be like, hey, I found the gold. And who's a capitalist going to lean on? We could all be set for life. But not another word about this from either of you, or the deal's off. Nick looks put off, but he holds in resignation. Yao doesn't seem like the sort of man who would lie to Nick. But I would never believe another story about gold so long as I live. Not until I see it. And even then, my senses may not be immediately reliable. If he's telling the truth, I could be saved. But if he's lying, I will protect Nick. I see the rope suddenly go taut. So does Yao. Neither of us mention it to Nick, but we start to leave, briskly. I think in this route there's like some kind of lizard guy. I mean, I know in one of the updates, not really CGs, but like pictures, there's like 2 lizard dudes. It could be one of them, I guess. Or maybe, what is the word for the lizard guy in Echo? Oh, whatever. We go away from the cave, from the way we came from, eventually coming upon a large center room with the shaft. I'm happy to be close to the entrance. We sneak past the foreman's cabin again, but this time see no silhouette in the yellow light. He'll be on the first floor at this time. We break into a jog, turning corners until we see the light from the shaft. So it sounds like these guys kind of mine quartz for reasons. I don't know what you'd mine quartz for. I don't know. It's been a hot minute. So I took mineralogy and stuff like that, but it's like, what would they mine? I mean, gold would be definitely a nice thing. As we make it outside, we see more miners pushing carts across the plains. And a familiar tawny coyote staring directly at us. Samuel! I freeze. The coyote walks across the field briskly. He's coming from the direction of a noisy, jet-black automobile with a sleek white hood. But it's hard to pay attention to the machine when the enraged-looking coyote is storming towards us. What the hell are you doing here? The badger opens his mouth to answer, but the coyote holds up his paw. Don't even speak, Nick. That was a rhetorical question. Do you know how bad y'all look with him being here? showing up near a crime scene? I don't know what to say. He's not wrong, and we're caught. I feel like lying more. No, wait, I feel like lying more would only make this worse. But somehow, I can't bring myself to speak. Are we actually going to tell him what happened? Because in William's route, we tell him immediately, and things go well. Though granted, he's like, hey, don't tell people about this, because you might get lynched or something. Cliff's route, we basically run to the Masetta place and try to get ourselves to a run. Murdoch's route, we stay in town, but still don't tell anyone. He knows about it, but yeah. The odd puttering of the vehicle comes to a stop, and the big coyote turns around. A large ram exits the machine, light shining from the glossy black door, and even larger wolf steps out the opposite side. He walks across the quarry towards us as well. There's a look of terror in Yao and Nick's expressions, but they quickly hide it, turning their expressions blank. The ram chuckles warmly. I didn't drive you out here to make a scene, Sheriff. Now, what matter of rigmarole is unfolding here in front of me today? Just the standard investigation procedure, Mr. Hendricks. An investigation procedure? Now, I respect your authority, Sheriff Adler, but there will be no shakedown of my employees on my watch. The cougar isn't your employee. The ram looks me up and down, slowly. Then he smirks. So he isn't. I remember hiring an albino, if I had. I could have sworn that the main character worked in the mine at some point. But he wished to be. I looked to my left, surprised. It's coming from Yao, but it doesn't sound like him. His accent is much thicker, and his words aren't clear. Oh, I see. This man, very strong. Expressed interest in work. Great promise. Okay, granted, he could, I guess, with the name Yao and him being from the East, it would be like East Asia or something like that. Though I'm not going to try and put on a Chinese accent. For obvious reasons. Because I'm black. Hopefully I can make that joke. Because I'm Black Wolf, but yeah, I'm actually not black. I'm Chinese. Another one. Again, it shouldn't be too bad. Great promise. I want to show him where we work, so he could believe in the work easier. So he could believe in the work easier? Oh, I guess it's like he doesn't pick the right word. James is smiling brighter. William very much isn't. A prospective employee. Excellent. Broad shoulders, strong hands, a straight posture. You have a soldier's build. I never liked when people say that. Danica Mining Company would be nothing without our strongest men. Guess it is Danica. We're always looking to pack in more muscle. It is an institution, sir. Quite right you are, my boy. Yao is a grown man, you doddering cunt. I force a smile, nodding. So, there you are. There you have it, Sheriff. No worms beneath that rock to sniff at. I've never seen an angry expression on William's face in my life. Feel free to scope wherever you wish, of course. Perhaps you'll find cooperation easier when you put your best foot forward, eh? He shakes his head and winks as he tisks. Pay my office a visit tomorrow. The ram points his cane at the building sitting above the quarry that's nicer than any I have ever seen before. Thank you for considering me, sir. No trouble at all. No trouble at all. The three of us waste no time in leaving as quickly as we can. William doesn't even look at his leave, but his bushy tail thrashes from side to side as his arms rest on the zips. Nick and Yao leave me, tell me that they have to get back to work, but they tell me I should hang around. I don't like to think about what would happen if William catches me alone. but I don't like to think about disappearing without. Sorry, it's reading on. Without the folks at the hip knowing where I am. So, after decline, Nick shakes his head. Yao takes out a piece of paper, writing down their address. I put it in my pocket, then head back to the brothel. When I get there, I check in with them and let them know I'll be busy tonight. Oh, the people at the hip that you'll be out doing stuff? Dora has me pick some deliveries to make up for the loss of time tonight, which I can't begrudge her for. Just some food and clean supplies. Time passes slowly. It's been a long day. By sundown, I'm ready to meet Nick, and with Nick and Yao again. I follow the street address. The shacks aren't too far from the remains of the press, near the opium tents. But when I arrive at the address, it isn't much of an upgrade. Nick's dwelling is, as the Badger had told me before, a shack. It's one of many clusters of similar-looking wooden buildings with slanted roofs and a single small porch. Clotheslines are hooked between the ones close enough together. I knock on the door and hear heavy steps. I see Nick's familiar face at the screen door, and he unlatches a few locks, letting me in. Not that I think any intruders would be kept outside of the screen door if they wanted to break in. I haven't been inside this building until today. The porch opens up to a very small foyer, which, with a coat rack and 10 locked metal safes lining the wall. I immediately notice the mix of sour and earthy wooden smells that fill the cabin. Inside the screen door, there's a grubby-looking kitchen, no bigger than 10 square feet, with a wood stove, a sink missing one of its handles, and an oven. To the left is the rest of the cabin. My brain was going one way, and my mind, things are going another way. To the left is the rest of the cabin. 2 sets of bunk beds line the north and south wall, and 1 bunk is at the west wall. I see calendars, poster clippings, and photographs plastered to the walls inside the bunk beds. It doesn't look as bad as I thought it would be, you know? Some of the beds use dividers to block out the view of others. Yeah, we kind of have something like this in the place I used to work at. Some of them hang their clothes beneath the other bunks, using them as curtains. But there's next to no sound insulation. I hear kicking and scrambling from one bed behind the divider, and the ruffling of bed sheets behind another. Somebody else out of sight is scraping a bowl loudly. Nick takes a seat on one of the floor levels of the bunk bed, crouching so his head doesn't hit the top. His bunk is covered in practical things, such as corkboard and a calendar. But there are other things too. Pictures of ornate buildings in the city, 3 smaller bridges, and a larger woman. 3 smaller badgers, not bridges, and a larger woman. Some frilly delicate desserts that I hadn't ever seen before. He also has a wooden yellow duck sculpture on the bed frame itself. I forgot that Nick likes ducks. Though are there duck people? Sorry, Eon. It looks slightly cross-eyed. Well, now they think about it, in, this game and stuff, there's like animals and animal people. So right there's like a horseman drives a donkey cart. Yao climbs the bed above him. His space isn't as decorated with objects. Surprising to see no photographs or nothing. Just a few slips of posted paper with characters in vertical rows that I can't read and don't recognize. But the wooden shelves going along his ceiling are filled with porcelain pots and teacups. I take a seat next to Nick under Yao. I'm so sorry about earlier. His voice is barely a mumble. A sudden cough behind one of the screens reminds me again that we have next to no privacy here. It's not your fault. My voice is barely a whisper. That coyote's been following me all day. Should have known he'd show, considering his belligerence. No, we took a risk we did not have to take. And we have nothing to show for it. He's right. This is bad. I really don't mind. I do. That policeman grates on me. He isn't so bad. Whatever he isn't using whenever he isn't using his tricks on you. His tricks can be useful. He's a coyote, you know? I just prefer he not use them on me. And there's the hitch. Will he continue to follow us? Knowing him? We both know he'll be back. But he won't be able to follow us into the mines. Then your friend must join our next shift. Won't somebody start noticing me lurking around the mines? Not if you actually work there. What a shame that I never will. You should, at the very least, apply. Even if you decide not to, I can help you build a resume and a cover letter. Like, do people actually read cover letters? I don't know. Otherwise, you'll make Yao look like a liar. Well, he is a liar. Sam. It's important that my employers do not know that. I have carved out some level of trust. I scratch my whiskers as I hear Yao shuffling around above me. For how long? Yao? No more than a week. Really? You've only been working here a week? Huh. Maybe 2 hours during the night. There's no way they'd hire me in that godforsaken place for just 2 hours a shift. Oh, wait. Oh, that would work for that amount of time? Well, you'd be helping us when you aren't on your shift. They will give you assignments during the day. No assignment will take only 2 hours. The foremen do not set us loose into the mines without orders or supervision. There's sudden giggling from behind one of the screen dividers. I don't like that it sounds so close despite it not being able to see a damn soul. We should sleep now. He looks at me. It may be prudent to spend the night here. We have 2 empty beds, but I recommend the top bunk next to me. When he says that, I take a close look at the bed next to him. There's nothing on the wall. Nothing at all. No sheets or pillows on the mattress. Nothing. The bed on the bottom bunk on the west well is the same. That's a typo. Like, when it comes to some of these grammar things, it's like, well, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, there is no west well. Nick hands me his blanket. I hear myself stammer. I couldn't. This weather is too hot for my blood anyway. You and me both, brudda. It's freezing during the night, Nick. Freezing? He stifles a laugh. You don't know what a freezing is. Take my gift, or I'll be insulted. Fine. Nick waits for me to get on the top bunk before he blows out his candles. Then I close my eyes and wait for sleep to take me. I feel my consciousness fade. Should we go longer? I don't know, it's definitely the thing where it's like, it could be a bit longer, but it also could maybe not be. That's kind of a pain in the ass with these things, because it's like, both Glory Hounds and the Smoke Room, but what was that route? Murdoch's route. I go for a long time and be like, okay, we're going to cut it, and then it's like 7 minutes of more content. Oh well. We'll just go right here and save it. Hyena. And so much time passing. It was so long ago. Does it say when we started? Ooh, let's do that. Though I'm going to do this here just in case there's a wiener. Boop. Okay, it doesn't look like a wiener, but August 2023, that's when we started. Huh, seems like a lot longer ago for me, because it hasn't even been a year since I started. Granted, this episode is longer than a year. So, and this, let's place a comment, guys. I like comments, tips you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like me, YouTube, and like Secret, then please like, subscribe, and share this epigram. Your animals to help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, then you can go to their Patreon, where it's $3 a month for this and other games. And until next time, another Let's Play by me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. So thanks and see ya.